Welcome to Cooking with Miss O. Let's join Mary Beth Oxendine in the kitchen as she teaches you how to cook Southern style healthy.
Welcome to Cooking with Miss O again, and I have a dear friend here again from the lower part of the state. Donna, I'm so glad you could come back and cook with us again. She comes with the Rawls food to show you how easy it is to make my recipes with this, and then you don't have to do all the chopping and cutting I do. The other thing is I wanted to go ahead and tell people that this is at my Ingles store, and I love it. Bi-Lo's has a little bit of it, and Walmart has a little bit of it, but my Ingles store right by me has a whole lot of it, probably because we have students. And the students like all this. They told me, the vegetable man that is the head of that department, that Rawls food goes really fast when the students are here. And students around Clemson, they like to eat healthy, a lot of them, and so they're into all this kind of stuff and all. So I'm very thankful to have my Ingles store right there because of that. And your food is wonderful. It really is. The collard you made for us last time, we all loved them. They were excellent. Even by my recipe, you improved it. So thank you.
Oh, thank you, Mary Beth, and I thank you for talking about our products. The entire Walter P. Rawls and Sons team strives for excellence. We want to be the best of the best, the freshest of the freshest. And one thing about it is that if you don't see us in your favorite grocery store, ask for us, because we're local. We're right here in South Carolina. But as you mentioned, we're going to do a wonderful squash casserole, and if you don't have Mary Beth's cookbook, I recommend that you get it. You know, you gave it to me the other Friday when you came down, and I couldn't wait to get home to sit down Friday night and look at it. It is just wonderful. But as Mary Beth told you, the squash casserole is so easy because you are using our already sliced up squash. And actually, I'm using a package and a half of sliced yellow squash, and for the other half that you don't use, you can use with a dip. I love to sit around and eat raw veggies when I get hungry. That's the thing to do at our house. One thing about our versatile veggies, they have the tamper-resistant little piece of tape
you gave me that.
on the side.
Yes.
If you see that broken, you need to report that to your store manager or either the produce manager. And for the high moisture products, we have a little in the squash. Squash do not have high moisture, but for any high moisture product, we have a little bit of piece of paper in the bottom that actually absorbs the moisture, so this will outlive its pull date.
And I wondered what that was when you gave me all that. My daughter and I enjoyed it so much and tried different recipes with it all, and some of the packs did have that in there, and I wondered why that was in there.
Well, thank you. We've already cooked the squash in a little bit of water, and what we're going to do now, and this is by that wonderful squash recipe in Mary Beth's cookbook, we're going to actually, we have 2 tablespoons of butter, and we're actually going to start by melting that. And one thing Mary Beth has done, she has included a lot of good things in this recipe. So we will go ahead and put the squash in, the already cooked squash. I cooked that in a little bit of water, and as we mentioned, it's already cut up for you and clean. So all you have to do is cook it and dump it in a pan. We are also using our versatile veggie diced yellow onion, which, there we go. We're using a little bit of these. We're going to saute those in there as well, and a little bit of garlic.
I think a lot of women and kids would be tickled to have the onions chopped up. That saves the mascara from running down our face.
Right, exactly. And I will have to tell you a cute story about that. My husband and I have been married for 6.5 years. Well, before we got married, and this is actually before I went with Rawls, this was in 2005 while we were dating, Jerry wanted something special for his birthday. So I was working for the Department of Agriculture, and I was doing some media work that particular day on his birthday. So I was working for the beef board, and I was doing something with chopped up onions you had to saute. So what did I do? And this is before actually Rawls came out with their chopped up versatile veggies. So I got an onion, put it in the freezer, and let it stay, because I'm a morning person. So I was trying to get everything ready, to go to the station. And actually I had an onion in the freezer. I got out, chopped it up so it wouldn't get in my eyes and everything, and chop a little bit easier. And I put ice cream. He wanted ice cream, so I put ice cream right there. So that night after dinner, I served him his ice cream. He said, "What does this ice cream taste like? Onion?" And so therefore you don't have to go through all that.
Now that you said that, you know, I had all that stuff, the vegetables and all, and we had the onion and didn't stick it in our vegetable bin in the refrigerator. But when you have onion, usually even in the vegetable bin, it can smell up your whole refrigerator. And you know what? We didn't have any problems. We had the red onion, we had the yellow onion from you, then we had that what is that mixture that you do with the lime juice, the sea salt, the tomatoes and onions?
That's our pico de gallo.
That was,
Well, thank
and
you.
you did that for us that day we were there with chips, and that was excellent.
Well, thank you. That's a leading seller of ours.
I bet
because
so.
actually, and thank you for bringing that up, actually we import the lime juice from a Floridian farmer.
How wonderful.
And then we have iron, you know, the natural salt in there, and it's made fresh upon order to grocery stores. We don't make it and let it sit up in the warehouse.
Oh, how wonderful.
So,
well, they have a lot of that in my Ingles because I think the college kids probably love that.
Ooh, thank you, and it's so natural and fresh. Okay, Mary Beth, in the essence of TV time, we're going to make out like this is already cooked.
Okay.
It's partially cooked with
Yes.
the squash, and we're going to sprinkle a little salt, a little pepper, and Mary Beth has really put something that's really neat. We're going to combine a well-beaten egg in there. Okay, we're going to put the egg in there. And then we're going to put in, she makes the best whole wheat bread in the world. It is to die for. So we're going to put a little bit of those bread slices in there. And what we've done, we've actually combined two bread slices with a little bit of water.
That's right.
And we've actually...
and you have to squeeze that water out.
Squeeze the
Right.
water out. But we will let this
Brown.
all cook together. Then put it in a casserole dish and put a little bit of buttered breadcrumbs on top. We have the finished product right here.
I
Now,
know.
doesn't that look
And that's
wonderful?
wonderful, yes.
And you can see it's, like Mary Beth said, it's quick and easy because it does have the already cut up squash. You don't have to cut the squash up or wash them or anything
That's
like
right.
that. What a woman's dream.
I know, isn't it, though? And this is an easy recipe. This is one of my recipes I changed. This is a Paula Deen recipe I changed to healthy. I use the whole wheat flour. I use the fresh garlic clove, like she's doing with the onions and the squash. And I use yellow squash where she used a different squash. And so, to me, some squashes are more not southern, and so to me, yellow squash is southern. Maybe because my mother-in-law, she always did yellow squash, and I love this. And the whole wheat bread does great with it, doesn't it?
It does, it does. It soaks up a lot of the moisture, and it gives it body.
It does,
And it
doesn't
gives it such great taste. That whole wheat, you can just.
And
oh, it's
actually,
just
you could use
wonderful.
this as your protein meal since you have the whole wheat bread in it, because whole wheat bread made from the fresh ground berries like I do it has a high protein content to it.
Okay, now while she's doing that, we're going to combine a little bit of butter. You got the breadcrumbs. I'm gonna
Right
let you-
here, you have a cup of breadcrumbs. Now, to take my whole wheat bread and make breadcrumbs, just pop it into your food processor or your blender, and it will work just great. And let's just toss that around a little bit, the butter. And so you have the breadcrumbs on the top. And what I do with breadcrumbs, y'all, I take a freezer bag, and I'll take a whole loaf of bread or old slices, and I'll pop them in my blender, or you can pop them in the food processor every time I get some, and then I grind them up into breadcrumbs, Donna, and put it in that freezer
Oh,
bag, and it's
wow,
right at the door,
that's a
so I never
great
have
idea.
to. I have breadcrumbs all the time,
Okay, now
and
here.
you can season them yourself too if you want, with different seasonings.
Okay, now there's our squash casserole, and we are going to put those breadcrumbs on top.
Okay, you want me to just do that?
And we'll pop it in the oven
Okay.
for what, 300,
And 50.
350 for about 20 minutes, and that's what it looks like. It smells
It
heavenly.
does, doesn't it?
It's natural. It's good for you.
That's exactly
and
right.
quick and easy
It
with
is.
everything almost being done for you.
Now, the other thing I do sometimes too, before I put the breadcrumbs on, I will toss in some grated cheese.
Hey,
you can
that's
do-
a great
You
idea.
can do
Yeah.
Parmesan, you can do cheddar, you can do anything like that.
Okay, 20 minutes
And
at
it'll be done.
350.
That's right. Now, Donna, the other thing we're going to do here is I fresh ground my cornmeal, and we're going to, and I fresh ground my whole wheat flour, and then just when we come back from commercial break, I'm going to put this together for us, okay? And we'll have this cornbread that's sitting right there.
Sounds
Thanks
wonderful.
so much.
Thank you.
Okay.